Hi all, I'm Tony and this is SV Tapatya. She's a self-built Jay Benford designed 31-foot 8-inch sailing dory with a junk schooner rig. The first 6 years or so of this channel were all about the build of the boat, building her in my backyard. We launched in August of 2023 and went off on 2 months of sea trials. This channel is all about the build of boats and boat parts for yourself using fairly ordinary tools and equipment, and the boat is designed to be a low expense, comfortable liveaboard for 1 or 2 people. The plan next spring is to set off cruising sailing with this boat and to see exactly what a low budget self-built sailing boat such as this is capable of. Well, hi all, I'm Tony, this is SV Tapatya. Now, the biggest thing that came out of the sea trials from last year was that I really needed reliable and effective self-steering for the boat. And if you've been watching the channel since then, you know that I've been building a windvane self-steering unit based on plans that I've purchased from Alan of Wave Rover. He's selling the plans, so if you're interested, he's still selling them. So that's coming on very well, and if I just grab the camera and show you where we stand, here's what's called the tower unit, and that's all ready to go with 3 different size vanes there lent against it, or 2 there and 1 in it. So that's ready to go. And then the other part is a trim tab that's now, as I speak to you, fixed to the back of the boat's rudder. So it's not here to show you, which is a very good thing. Now, that trim tab is mounted on a stainless steel shaft, 316 stainless shaft. And I bought that shaft online, and it has to be delivered by the lovely post people here, who are very hard working, especially because I order quite a lot online. But the limitation there is that the maximum length they can deliver is 2 meters. So, and my rudder is taller from the bottom to the top, is taller than 2 meters. So I need to be able to add a bit onto that to get it to the top of the rudder, because the very control element of the trim tab needs to extend above the top of the rudder. So I've got this thing. It's a bit of threaded, stainless threaded rod. I've put these screw-on threaded round things on it to act as bearing surfaces. So I've got 3 of them at the top there, because it will need a bearing at the top, so that when I've got the T on the top here, look, and that's what the lines from the tower unit attach to. And when they pull, it's important that it rotates or like that and doesn't just bend in towards the rudder. So it needs a bearing unit at the top. And that's the last piece that I've still got to build. I needed to join this to the shaft. So we've got a 12mm thread there. And I've constructed this beautiful mechanical part here that allows me to screw these 2 together, put a bolt through that hole there, and it locks the 2 pieces together so that it can't unscrew itself as it turns. Obviously turning one way would tighten it up, but the other way would potentially loosen it. So with that locking screw, it cannot loosen itself. So that's good. For that upper bearing block, I've made this. I was going to use as a frame for a bit of POM for the bearing, but I really don't like it. So I'm now developing the Mark II upper bearing block, which will be a lot more finer looking, and hopefully will work. And also I've built some adjustment into it, because at that distance from the back of the rudder to the shaft is very critical, and if I've got some adjustment, I can get it absolutely right. So that's the first part of the self-steering. The second self-steering element I've bought is a new Pelagic, I think it's pronounced, tiller pilot from a company in California, I believe. And that consists of 3 elements. There's the ram that pushes the tiller to and fro. There's a control unit that you mount in the cockpit area with buttons that you press to set where you want to steer. And there's a below decks thing, which is basically just the motor control, I believe. So I also get around to mainly fitting that. Let's have a look at what goes on this week. So I've got these here, and I'm going to put basically a bolt through the bigger one, which is a 10mm, and thread it into the 8mm. So, and I'm going to weld the 8mm onto that one and the 10 onto that one, so that we can lock them together. First thing I need to make sure is that this is tight. It is. Then I need to get it perfectly in line. And I want that to come in there. So perfectly upright. Screw that in there first of all. And then clamp this one on here. Like that. Now that can rotate, it doesn't matter. Get that welded on there and welded on there. Should work. Yes. Still fairly warm. Our bolt should screw into there. That's nice. That is nice. It's not far out. It could be a little bit more maybe, like that. there we have it. That looks pretty good, really, and ready to fit, in all truth. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for an ear water. Two. Here's your target. Through that one onto there. That's right, through there like that. There, put that one in there, those two on there. That's good. It all looks quite good. That's good. Ready for paint. You have to touch up this blue paint. Good.
Let's drill some holes.
Let's drill some holes. Hopefully in the right spot.
That is key. So these are like guidance holes.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see if we can get through an 8 now. Washers from here, preferably if you're looking at some slightly smaller ones. These are A4, you can tell by the way they've got A4 written on them. And the nuts will be from here. Well, there are some nylots in here. Some people really don't like using nylots on boats, and I'm not entirely sure why.
That's a nylot.
That's a nylot, exactly. I think we'll probably put a nylot on there. But maybe we'll put a regular nut on first, because it'll be easier to spin on. Hold it in place. Put one of those on first and then see what we think, basically.
Okay.
Need a greasy bottom.
Yes. On our good bush workbench.
Yes, the work bush. Greasy. To me, and that one stops it going up and down, you see, and that's worked out well with that strap well above the water line, and that enough to stop any up and downly thrusty sort of stuff. Good. So I've got a little plastic sleeve in there. Okay, now the trim tab will not fall off. Quite pleased with it.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah. And when it's locked in straight ahead, it makes the rudder a bit bigger as well. So it's on. fitted and working nicely. This block comes down to the top of it to kind of thrust areas that can't shake up and down. Looks great. Just going to drill these, slide the block out the way, fill. The next time we come, re-drill and bolt those on. But it's now fixed on and hopefully never coming off again. I'm really pleased. Have a look, Hazel. Have a film. Step back in. Have a little step back. Nice, eh?
Yeah.
Get that hole in the right place. You can come off of here, that's no probs. Make it a dozen. Doesn't it? Put that on there, hold that in place. Stops it sagging. Oh, mate,
Oh, that actually fits.
it fits.
What?
That's stunning. Come up there. No, but here we could.
And you can probably step from the
I'm sure you
top
could.
step over.
I'm sure you could. Well, I don't need any measurements or records.
It fits.
Yeah, we'll just fit that in the next few days.
Yeah.
Next week. We'll fit that.
Awesome, that's so cool.
It's brilliant. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know if we can or not. See what happens. Oh, looks like it's going to work actually. Angle. A little bit more. That's about right. Take that over. That is a marvellous tool. That really is. That's about right. Well, was it Tuesday morning, I'm up at the boat. A few things to do, but one of the things I want to do, and this may amaze you, is still sort out stowage. I'm still working on stowage. If I pan around, you will see that I have pretty much everything apart. Stand up and pan that side as well. Yeah, and I'm just still trying to optimize the stowage. Thinking through what I need to get at quickly and what I need to get at less quickly. For example, I've got a locker there behind the camera full of electrical stuff that I didn't touch once in the 2 and a bit months we were sailing last year, so that's going to go up in the forepeak. It's important stuff to have, but if I don't need to get at it very quickly or often, then the under the settees here is much better kept for things that I need to get to. So yeah, we're getting there, but still a long way to go. I've got stowage in the engine room, a couple of lockers, 3 lockers in there actually, which I want to get engine parts in. Should work, I think. Working at it. Then I see the sun's coming out, it's brightening up. It's not so warm as you might tell by the hat. I'm going to get out, fit the final one of those windvane trim tab brackets. It's filled and drilled and filled as we left it. I should drill it again, get that fitted in a bit. And then we're getting there. It's getting quite good. I was hoping, and we'll see if I do, hoping to get a start at least on fitting the autopilot today. We'll see how we get on. this is what you got. This is the actual bit that you press the buttons to control it. This is the RAM that replaces the one that had the all integral one, the cable, and this is the basically the clever bit, the brains of the outfit. So that has to go down below deck somewhere. That needs to be accessible from the cockpit. That obviously goes onto the tiller as usual. And we've got the plug there, and that's about it really. Yeah. But that fits on there okay. Obviously the ram's got to be extended a bit more, but basically good. Still got to tighten this nut up just to make that sit straight. And that looks about right to me, which is good. There we are. Hey, here we go. Yeah, looks okay. That goes, that's at the bottom, goes that way up. Now it is. One. Two. That should be good, I think. Yeah. That looks good to me. So I need to get this plug through that hole, which it doesn't quite. And I'm going to take the Dremel and just take a bit out and try and use the vacuum and suck up the dust at the same time. And I don't see anywhere where I can stand the camera to film that, so I'm just going to have to do that, I think. It'll be Dremel and vacuum, one in each hand. And there it is through. That's that cable running through there. I'm just going to run it up tidally around here. And that's... got a bit of paint on the inside later, as will this. I'll epoxy and paint around in there where I come through there. Progress. So I've been doing a bit of reading, and what I said earlier isn't quite right. The control head, which is the thing with the buttons on that you press, that has all of the clever stuff in it. So it's got the gyro in it and the computing. And this black box is just some electronics for the motor control. So this can go absolutely anywhere. And I now think I'm going to mount it high up in the lazarette, right up the top, out of the way. Because basically that's where I can connect in easiest to the wiring that's already in place. And it should really be quite simple with a bit of luck. I've just got to drill a hole through the aft bulkhead through to the lazarette to run that big old plug through. And that plugs into there on that thing. And then these dangly wires, most of them do nothing. Two are the power supply to this black box, and two are the plus and minus off to the motor, which obviously swap around depending which way the motor is going to work. So it's all pretty simple really. So we can put a hole through. As someone said the other day, good job I'm so agile and nimble. It's going to come through here somewhere. Through there like that. Then we're just going to run that cable through that. Yeah. And we're going to run around tidally around there, and that will pop through there. So that's as far as I get with that for today. I've basically run everything through. I've fitted that black motor control unit. I need some clips, some P-clips, just to tidy up that bundle there so I can secure that nicely. Otherwise we're all clipped up and tidy. And for the bit from that motor control box through to the tiller pilot and the nav light, the aft nav light, I need some 4-core, or obviously it could be 5-core, and I just use 4 of them, cable. I had some nice stuff that I used on the mast, and I don't know if I've got any left. Let's have a look if I've got a bit left. Only needs to be about 3 meters, 2.5 meters, not long. I'm going to see if I've got any cable. If not, I'll have to buy some. Well, there you go. That's it for this week. And it's getting very close to launch times. Basically about a week and a half from today as I speak to you. So certainly a busy week coming up. But we're good. We're looking good. We're on target. I've got to swap out the propeller. I've got to get the anti-foul done. But those are the major things that need doing before launch. I hope then to get a slip in the marina there for a couple of weeks. And when she's in the water, I'm allowed to live aboard. That's the rules of the marina there, that in the slip, in the water, I can live aboard, and then I'll be able to do a lot of work, stay up there and get a fair bit done. While she's on the hard, you're not allowed to live aboard, so I've been driving to and fro. And so hoping to get a slip for a couple of weeks, finish off there, and then we'll be ready to get underway. Thank you for watching. Massive thank you to the lovely people who support us on Patreon or via PayPal. If you'd like to support the project or simply show your appreciation, links in the video description. See you next time. Bye.